Only one type of burger. For every pallet. Fries are extra. Large in size. We've got the shakes. Going over the brim.
Hey, this is Chris from JCW's. Put a positive, delicious spin on your day at any one of our 5 locations. In Lehigh, American Fork, Provo, South Jordan, or Harriman. JCW's, quality and a lot of it.
Do you love the Tabernacle Choir? This year, the choir's music is everywhere you are. Listen to your favorite choir songs and music and the spoken word anytime you want on Alexa by simply enabling the skill.
Alexa, play music in the spoken word.
Now playing music in the spoken word.
You can also download the Tabernacle Choir app, subscribe to the choir on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and have access to all their wonderful music. Happy listening.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
That is so soft. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. They rescinded that technical foul that he got because... Anyway, Luka got his 16th technical foul right, and then it was rescinded by the NBA. And the reason it was rescinded because Goga made, I guess, trash talk, but kind of obscene trash talk. That doesn't excuse behavior, right? He shouldn't get his technical foul taken back for that. Like, don't
giving guys texts for talking trash.
Don't NBA players say all sorts of horrible things to each other? You can't.
I don't know why the NBA's handing out texts for trash talk in the first place.
Yeah.
Are they fighting? You know,
that's weak.
Also,
Let me tell you about Kevin Garnett.
Luka, don't pick up 15 technical fouls throughout the season.
Who was it?
End of story. If you don't want to get suspended, don't pick up the first 15.
Who was it that called Charlie Villanueva a cancer patient?
KG?
Was that Kevin Garnett? Yeah.
That might have crossed the line.
But whatever, you can't, like, if Charlie would have lost his mind and gotten a technical foul, you still get the technical foul.
You do. But again, these guys were talking to each other, not even physical, no pushing, no shoving.
I mean, yeah, true. What this guy said to Luka was not great. But you still can't react like that, right? Like that. All right.
Like that?
Time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials, J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, the Jazz in Salt Lake City hosting the Toronto Raptors tonight.
The Jazz can probably afford to win 2 more games the rest of the season, I would think. They have 11 left. They've got 3 games that are going to be very winnable tonight, not included. Toronto's, it's a horrible Eastern Conference team again. That the East is just mediocre, but the Jazz aren't going to have a lot of bodies out there again tonight. So this would be one I would think the Jazz would most likely lose, but they still have to play the Wizards coming up on Wednesday, which is almost a guaranteed win. I think the Wizards have lost 16 in a row. Again, credit to you. You called this right on the spot. The NBA was done finding people. They fined the Jazz $500,000. They fined the Pacers $100,000, and they have kept their mouths shut since.
Nope, haven't done a thing.
Not a single fine. The 2 bottom teams in the East have lost 16 games in a row.
That's why that fine was ludicrous.
It is completely ludicrous, and the outrage from Jazz fans at the times was totally justified.
Totally justified.
So, and from the Jazz.
Well, listen, if we want to talk to why they were fined, and honestly, you called the Eastern Conference mediocre. We can't use that word anymore. It's
too
awful.
generous?
It's awful.
Yeah.
That conference is awful.
It is.
The lengths that the Jazz had to go to lose that game against Philadelphia were gross.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia is that bad. People want to give VJ Edgecombe all this credit. Their team was trying. The Jazz were not. And Philly still could barely win.
He's spinning the ball on his finger.
It was absolutely awful.
Yep.
The Jazz had to stop playing Phil.
He's spinning the ball on his finger.
They had to stop playing Phil. Phil.
Right. Cody's out tonight.
Just take it. Take the ball.
Ace Bailey had a real solid game going. Couldn't play him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, had to rest the first 6 minutes of the quarter.
It's so obscene. No offense to the Jazz. It's so gross what they have to do to lose these games. You've made this point in the past. Will Hardy's got to be looking over at old Nick Nurse being like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
And I'm still proud about this, that I said this before the season. The idea that they could try and lose enough games was laughable.
Yeah.
Laughable. And it's because people forget how hard it is to be this bad. It really is.
It is.
It really is an insult. You know, it's insulting to the 76ers is what it is. Nick Nurse should be like, are you serious? The other team had to boot it that hard just for you guys to get a W? And by the way, they're tied for like 4th in the East.
The Wizards, or excuse me, the 76ers fell because of that, because the Hawks are 9-1 in their last 10. The Raptors have lost 2 straight. They're all sitting on 39 wins. So the Raptors, Hawks, and 76ers are all there at 39. But to the point you're making, the Jazz had to try that hard to lose that game. They have to do the same thing tonight against another team that is currently the 5th seed in the East. Like,
it's silly.
Team that's in a 4-5 matchup, which is supposed to be a very close playoff series. So, yes, Jazz probably can't afford to win tonight because they are going to beat the Wizards on Wednesday because the Wizards, again, have lost 16 in a row, just like the Indiana Pacers are sitting on 16.
And they made a pact, right? Remember Jake's
well, then the Jazz won in Washington. So
maybe the pact was even reversed. Maybe they're going to be like, we'll win in your hometown.
Yeah.
You win in our hometown.
Maybe that's it.
We'll
I don't know. But
see,
both teams trying to lose, that's anybody's ball game. But in sports, if one team is trying to lose and the other team is trying to win.
Well, again, that's the actual handshake. We're in agreement. We both have a desired outcome. You want to make the playoffs? We don't. Let's figure out how to get this done. And the 76ers really tried to back out of that deal.
Unbelievable.
So the Jazz can probably afford to win 2 more games because they are 2 wins behind the Dallas Mavericks. Jazz are sitting on 21. Dallas has 23. I think Dallas is going to win at least 1 more game before the end of the season, meaning the Jazz probably have about a 3-game cushion, so the Jazz can win 2 more. They play Washington on Wednesday. That's going to be a win. They still host the Memphis Grizzlies. Those are probably the wins the Jazz are going to find. Otherwise, you can't pick up games like this against Toronto if you want to, feel very confident that you're going to hold on to your pick.
Okay, this is going to sound very insulting to Kennedy Chandler, and he is an NBA player after all. But he is 5'7".
He is. He's very little.
And we'll send him into the game with a Kobe-like green light. He's got to be looking at Nick Nurse going, Nick, we're handing this to you, bro.
Right.
Just take it! Take the ball!
I just gave Kennedy Chandler the green light.
He's got 22 minutes. He's taken 13 shots. He hasn't played in the NBA in 3 years.
And he's tiny.
And he's taking it to your best players.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's the
Eastern Conference playoffs is not even going to be worth watching.
No, it's not. Not certainly at least until the second round. But that first round is going to be a mockery of basketball.
It's going to be like watching the Salt Lake City North Stake tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe entertaining for reasons, but quality of basketball ain't it.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Number 2, Nick Schmaltz hit the game winner in overtime to give the Mammoth the win last night.
A couple of huge goals from Schmaltz yesterday, including an amazing one that he popped the puck up to himself and then hit it in the back of the net. It was like like your old Little League baseball coach. What do they call that when you're throwing the ball to yourself and hitting it? What are those called? What's that practice called? Yeah.
Like fungo bat?
Yeah.
Like you're hitting flies?
Yeah, exactly right. Schmaltz basically did that, but, against other NHL players right in the crease. It was pretty impressive. And then got the game winner in overtime, and they got 2 points. 2 points that they desperately needed because they are trying to fend off teams like LA who are behind them. And again, you keep picking up points in these standings this late in the season, and you're gonna not coast to the playoffs, but you're gonna have a real good chance to make it.
And we've talked about why I think it's important that they make it, but can I say this? Talking to a few people over in that building, Jazz Mammoth people, they are absolutely riding so high about making the playoffs. Like the excitement about it over there, and then the Jazz next year too. That's why I kind of combined because like the overall vibe of that building is super high. Like I think everybody, including fans, are ready for a real playoff, NHL playoff experience. And obviously, they need to keep winning to get there. But the anticipation of it is pretty real.
They are only 5 points up on Nashville, who suddenly is red hot. We've talked a lot about the Kings, the Kraken, and the Sharks. Nashville has won 4 straight and are coming up close. And I think they played 1 fewer game. Maybe they played the same amount of games. I think they played 1 fewer game. So Nashville has a chance to pick up more points. and they're playing very well. But again, the Mammoth in the driver's seat in the wild card, sitting on 80 points with, I think, 11 games left to play. Nashville has 12 games left to play at 75 points. There is some breathing room now, though, to falling out of the wild card entirely, as they are now 7 points up on the Kings, who they beat last night.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
Next.
Number 3, the Sweet 16 is set. What a weekend we had in the NCAA tournament.
Have we just killed Cinderella's? Do we think that's dead?
I can't decide. Ken Pomeroy was talking about that this morning with DJ and PK.
It's back-to-back years that there's no mid-majors in the Sweet 16.
And he tends to think things are a little more cyclical than this is just going to be how it is for the rest of eternity. And I would tend to guess that things will swing. I mean, the concept of this tournament is too random for it just
Agreed.
to be like that
forever,
all the time.
Like that?
But resources are a thing, and if you have resources, you have huge advantages. And I do think we are seeing that play out to a certain extent. You know, Arizona is going to pump whatever it takes into their basketball program. They don't care about their football program, but their basketball program is going to get everything that they could possibly need.
BYU should be kicking itself a little bit because, as Texas showed, you can beat Gonzaga and eliminated Gonzaga. But what I saw in that game, and what I think I've seen repeatedly throughout this tournament, which BYU struggled with as well, it's what Utah State struggled with against Arizona. Again, these teams have players that are the right size at their position, and that's such a huge advantage. Texas is big. They've got guys that are at least the average height, if not bigger, at every single spot, and Gonzaga doesn't have that. And BYU right now didn't have that, despite having some real advantages in certain spots, specifically A.J. DeBonsa trying to play the 2 or the 3. That's a huge plus for them. But these smaller schools, even though they're very talented, High Point, Utah State, whatever, Gonzaga, they don't have players that are the right size. And that is really, really hard to overcome, where Texas is going out and using NIL to get, maybe it's their 6th guy, their 7th guy, and it's not a lot of money, but it's more than Utah State can pay, or it's more than Gonzaga maybe even be able to pay. And when you have that size advantage at every position on the floor, you do lose on offensive rebounds, which is how BYU lost to Texas and how Utah State lost to Arizona last night. I'm seeing that, and maybe that's just a weird one-off this year, but that's what my concern would be, and why I think that the high major teams, the teams that are in these 5 power conferences, have all advanced, and teams in the smaller conferences are having a harder time.
I thought Utah State represented itself well against Arizona, and have never had any particular love for the Wildcats, but can I tell you that I am cheering for them to do well for one reason? They do not shoot the 3, and I'm so tired of people telling me that the only way to win in basketball is to shoot a zillion 3s. There's more than one way to win a basketball game. Arizona does not care about the 3 in the slightest, so I don't have to listen to that make or miss crap, and I hope the concept proves itself out. Because I'm annoyed by the people that say, if you don't shake 33s, you've got no prayer. I don't know.
We're seeing a lot of bigs right now play well. We're seeing a lot of bigs win, honestly.
Right. I mean, it's like people who tell me in college football that you have to throw it 50 times or you're not going to win. Yeah, there's more than one way to do it. I'm cheering for Arizona to get it done a different way so those people can pipe down for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Stay tuned. We will get to more. We've got a busy day. We'll continue to talk NCAA tournament.
Texas hit 5 threes against Gonzaga and won. Yeah, it really helps. It really helps when you can force turnovers, get out in transition, and score in the paint.
Dunks are still very effective.
Dunks are the best shot you can take.
I would argue that Chris Paul proved it against the Jazz. The mid-range shot, you can actually win doing that too.
Gonzaga only hit 4 threes, so it wasn't like it was a barn burner from anybody. But no, you're right. I don't think it's been 3-point shooting that's been the dominant storyline here, and I think that actually makes for more fun college basketball.
Stay tuned. More next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
Carvana's so easy, just a click, and we've got ourselves a car. See?
So many cars. That's a click-tastic inventory.
And check out the financing options. Payments to fit our budget. I mean, that's...
Clickonomics 101.
Delivery to our door?
Just a hop, skip, and a click away.
And what?
No better feeling than when everything just clicks. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.